chocolate, having more chicken noodle soup, trying to get over this awful bug that we have. Can't say the desert didn't ever give anything to me. So I'm on the mend, but still not 100%. Definitely not 100%. I have a giant, like, massive pack of hot chocolate, so it's going to be okay. So today the shop is closed. Honestly, I'm just relaxing. I'm just enjoying a day. And I'm always inspired when I come back from the desert. It's the colors, the change, change your scenery, change your mind, change your perspective. Um, and anyhow, every time I remember one time I came back, and it was two Januaries ago. I was so inspired. I painted my living room wall, one of our Junk Monkey paint colors. It was called, oh my gosh, let me think if I can remember the name of it. Probably not. Today is not a good day to recall names, but it was like a rusty orange kind of color. I think it was called gingerbread now that I think about it. So when I came back today, Matt's like, he came over and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I've been painting." And he's like, "Slow down there, killer." And I'm like, I always get inspired when I come back. And so at least I didn't paint a wall today. I wasn't really feeling up to that, but I decided to go ahead and work on some paintings. Um, oh, you do? Thank you so much, Jen. I've always said I love shabby, whimsical, magical. Matt's dying in the background. You okay? Yep. You gonna make it? We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna pull through. So I did these. These are pretty well dried now. And of course, they're cactuses, right? Cacti when you have multiple ones. But I just did these. And so tomorrow I'm going to put them up on my Etsy and just start painting and putting my paintings up there. I get a lot of requests for my paintings. And as you guys know, my fingers, I have a lot of irons in the fire. So anyhow, I'm on a painting kick right now. So these are the other two that I just did. So as you can tell, I was really just into bright, energetic, fun, happy. You get a dose of sunshine when you're out there and the beautiful temperatures and all the colors. And maybe you're lucky enough to see some cacti bloom. But that's kind of where my head is today. So they say that, who is they? But they say that if, what should you do for a living? It's what you would do regardless of whether you got paid for it or not. Like, what is that thing that you find yourself doing that your friends know that you're really good at? And for you, maybe you pick it up a little bit easier than other things. It's just your superpower, or that thing that's the constant in your life. And for me, it's painting. I always come back to that. I can go and I can have my moments of where I'm real and like really into. I'm a creative, so I have multiple things. There's not enough time to try them all. I'm going to do some stamping here with you guys. I'm just getting my letters turned up right. But, there's not enough time to do everything. So I get into everything. But what's my constant? Yeah. Like, what could if all else fails, what could I make money at? What could I do? I feel like I could always lean into my painting. And, that's the thing that I would do that comes easy to me and I find a lot of enjoyment out of, and I never really get tired of it. So these two here, I love mixed media style. And so I purposely left some space right here and right here. And I thought what I'm going to do is I picked out two sayings and I'm going to finish them off. Now, this is pretty well dry. So I think a little bit later, once I get my wording done, kind of do one thing at a time because you don't want to smudge it and put your elbow or your wrist or something into it. So let me start with, let's do this one first. This one's, I have a longer saying. I just wrote down two sayings here in my notebook, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for them. But yeah, what would that thing be for you? Okay, so the first, I'll show you the words I'm going to do for here. So usually what I do is I turn them all up right. I take a minute. I have multiple packs of stamps, like rubber stamps. And you guys know when I thrift, I'm like, oh yeah, check out the rubber stamps. We got to see what's going on here. But this is always my favorite set, and I've had them probably since 2017, since I've been doing Shabby style art. All right, so let's do this. How about picture it, Sicily. Let me stick this back in here. Get going. So what's everybody else up to today out there? It's Monday, the Mondayest Monday. Matt ran out to get us some groceries because we had not had any groceries here since we were gone for the last almost 2 weeks. And so he went out and he just got some, like, literally, we had no bread. You know, we needed butter, just all those things. I don't know if he found eggs. I think he said he saw a sign that said there was like 2 per person, 2 cartons. But I'm pretty sure he said it was empty. And he's like, there's like no meats left on the shelves. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. At the end of the day, we're always going to find something to eat. But weird times at the grocery store. All right, let me see if I can fit this here. When I do this, I try not to overthink it because I love the style art where, you know, nothing's perfect and everything is just really whimsical and it just has a fun little flow to it. I am that person that will wear mixed metal jewelry. I love lots of, you know, quilts and, you know, plants and mismatched mugs and flower planters. So when I do my style art, I also, you know, I do what I love. And I always find that there's somebody else out there as well. You might think you're the only one, but no, somebody will love what you do. So are you guys into any art projects? All right, so it says wild flower. Got one more word. Any guessed? Wild flower. I was trying to decide, like, what feels like a good vibe to put on here. I need can't give it away. Smush. So when I do the text, I like to go with a stamp pad that's usually like brown to black, just so it stands out. I have all kinds of color inks, but it's my favorite. All right, one more. This is one of those jobs where you can't talk too much because then next thing you know, you're making spelling mistakes. You're like leaving letters out of words. A, almost done. Can you tell what it's gonna say? Can you see it? I do too, Jen. She says she liked, for those of you who are watching on the big screen, Jen says that I love journal work with mixed media. Same thing. I was talking to a girl in the shop yesterday and she was like, with all the crystals and stuff we have in the shop, we always do these little tags up for each bowl to talk about a little bit about what they are and, you know, what they're known for. And we were talking about how she loves to use anything when she's out and about and she's picking up things and she brings it back to her house. So like literally even the cardboard, actually I'm gonna need that again, even the cardboard paper bag that I packed her stuff up in, she's like, oh yeah, I will tear this and I'll stamp on this and I'll use this for my layers and stuff. So I hear ya. So what I ended up putting here was wildflower heart. Love your wildflower heart. And it's got hearts and it's just one flower. You know, really expressive, wild. And when I go ahead and I put a clear coat on that too, it'll make it more vibrant. So this one's gonna be wildflower heart. I think that will be really cute, turned into a print as well. And then I have this one to do. So the goal is to get them all painted, stamped tonight. They dry overnight. And then tomorrow I'll come back and from there I'll I'll just either probably spray a clear coat onto them That way I don't accidentally smudge my stamp words, because this is permanent ink here, but I've had too many times where I've taken my brush in my acrylic sealer. Ever do that? And you go over the top of it and it literally takes the ink with it. No, we're not going to do that. So I like to use a spray. All right, so let's do the next one. What do you think? All right, so I'm looking at this, and it's kind of I did it to be landscapey, right? A little bit of a darker color down here, a mid color here, and then the blue skies ahead right here. Flowers, just done really bright, energetic, fun. And so this gives me a space for a bit of a bigger, you know, verbiage to put down. So, hey, is it the garden kitchen? How are you? Oh, Tracy, I see your name on here. Oh, thank you. Life is way too, you know, don't take yourself too serious, right? None of us are getting out of here alive. We might as well just have a good time. What do you think? All right. Let me just place this out, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think I could do it. So on this one, I'm going to write out, over every mountain, there is a path. Let's see how that's going to look. I think it's going to look like this. I say a big long thing, we're like, okay, we're going to go. We're going to go. It's going to be awesome. And you're like, oh. It's like you're talking whale. The slowest project known to man. Oh my God, I wish there was a fast forward button. Too funny, but we're gonna do it one letter at a time, okay? So I will tell you that it's really good. Like, I wrote my stuff out right here, what I decided on, and yeah, so I have to look at it just to make sure I have the right letter, especially with my brain completely foggy. But yeah, why not have a little fun? I had a lady who I responded to yesterday on one of my videos. I noticed the last few videos, she's just been leaving some negative comments. And honestly, I don't care, because I just know that, you know, what people say to you is honestly through their lens, right? We see what we see based on our own experiences. And when somebody's mean to you, it just means they're the ones that have some things to deal with, right? And, you know, I just, earlier on, and I've been on the internet forever and a day, you just get tougher skin as you go. And as you grow and you gain wisdom, like I say, it's really not about you, it's about them. And I don't, I mean, unless somebody's swearing and being really, really absolutely terrible, I don't block people unless they're a troll or something like that. If somebody has another opinion, okay, whatever. You know, this ain't my first rodeo. I've grown up enough here. But she would leave in multiple messages. And so I saw the one in the last video, last thrift video. And, you know, basically she's been telling me how to act. You need to stop talking like that. You're talking like a child. You basically, in a nutshell, you need to use your adult voice and speak like an adult, because at this point, it's more ridiculous than entertaining, pretty much, right? So now you have to know that that's how you know your videos are doing really well, is when you start to gain traction, and these people who really don't know you, they just come out of nowhere and criticize. So I'm cool with that. Hey, thanks for helping my algorithm. It helps my small business grow. But I wrote to her, and I said, because I read these comments, and I'm like, you know what? That comes from a place of just, it sounded like what a parent would tell a child. You need to stop talking. You need to grow up, right? That sort of thing. And I wrote back to her, and I said, you know, it sounds like that might have been something that adults in your life have said to you. And I'm sorry, and it's okay. You know, just have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Sending you love today. But, you know, everybody grows up differently. But anyway, you know what you're gonna do. So yeah, thanks. I love my fun style, and I think that's when you're authentic, you don't have to pretend to be anything else. And it gives other people freedom to be themselves as well, and to know that you just do you, whatever you love. Whatever you love. Like I said, gotta make the most of this life, right? Looking for my O. Looking for my O. Where are you? Where are you? Yep. Yeah. You know, I just think that as you get older, it's just, I guess it's wisdom, right? Do you trade youth for wisdom? Haha. You know, there's things that's awesome about it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I would never give up what I know now, because I've learned the lessons. You know, I've got the shirt. I gave it back. We're not going back there. Over every, and it sounded like that, you know. Honestly, when I clicked on her profile, it looked like it had been linked to an older lady, and it's just, some people are just, you know, really set in their ways. Maybe they never had fun their entire life, and that's sad. That's sad. So guys, I got some sad news as we talk about how we all have an expiration date. It is what it is, right? It's the truth, and we just kind of got to come to terms with that, and we got to make the most of it. But I say that because our sweet Stanley cat has passed away. In my video 2 days ago, I said, it's been a rough 2 weeks. We've experienced the highs and the lows. And Stanley cat, he almost made it to his 18th birthday this spring. He had a very long life. And if you've been following us for a while, you know our son got Stanley when he was just a little boy. Now he's in the Air Force, and he's overseas in Japan, living his best life. He's doing really great. And it was hard even to message him and say, hey, you know, Stanley has crossed over Rainbow Bridge, because I know that was hard for him as well. And that was his cat, you know. But Stanley was with us for 18 years, and he saw so much life on all of our painting videos and stuff. You know, he'd always show his fluffy tail, his big floof. You know, and trust me, I still have my moments, because it's still very, very fresh. Very, very fresh. It's just happened this week. But that's the big news from the front. Kitty cat, he's making biscuits now in the big tree in the sky, and you know, he's touching the green grass. He's like, I'm out of here, Erie. You guys get way too much snow. This cat needs to ride. We need to go and you know, seek other places. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. But we also have to be real, and you know. So yeah, I looked it up, and he was basically like close to 100 years old in human life. He was a very wise cat. Let's see, I need R. Got the heat on bust. Almost there, guys. We're almost to the end of this one. The fastest, slowest project ever. Over every mountain there. Let's see. So you guys will have to tell me what you're up to. Tell me some good news that's happening in your life today. It's gotta be something good. All right, we're going for it. The last, where do I want to put it to? Down here? Yeah, I think I'll kind of like drop it down here. A. Okay. Don't run away from the now. I need a T. Give me a T. Give me an H. What do we got? We got a path. That's what we got. Yay! All right. Thank you for being on that journey with me. I'm going to show you how it turns out here. And you can tell me what you think. Whew, all that leaning over, you know, makes your sinuses run. Okay. I love it. I love it. So it says, over every mountain there is a path. So this is what I painted today. And this is the permanent ink. So I let this set overnight, and I think that's pretty nice, right? So, you know, I was talking about how I've got to get like, you know, I got to get a permanent fixture set up in the shop for my art. So this is kind of the start of it. So these 4 pieces I will unleash to the world tomorrow. If you're interested in any of them, let me know. But they're going to go on my Etsy, JunkMonkeySonia. So get ready to see these hit tomorrow. But I just want, obviously I needed to get them finished and have them dry. But yeah, over every mountain there is a path. Wildflower heart. And then we have the Sedona Sonia collection, okay? Where I went to Sedona. Oh, guys, I got to tell you a funny story about how I nearly died, okay? When I say the desert nearly killed us, it wasn't just, it just wasn't this death bug. But there was more. So funny, scary. Not funny at the time, but looking back now, what were we thinking? Tune in tomorrow. We'll tell you about that story. I'll tell you about that story. So yeah, my Sedona Sonia collection right here. So I love that, right? Yeah, it just feels really bright. You come back from a place that has like, the temperature was beautiful. At this point, going out west, you know, it was, I think it was something like -5 here on the lake, Lake Erie. And to go out there in 90-degree weather, like a lot of sunshine, it felt so good. And so it just really helped me. And then to come back here, you know, it just needed that so much. When you live in the East and you don't see the sun in the winter, it can get pretty depressing. So it was nice to get out and be able to see that, right? Thank you very much, Tracy. I appreciate you. So with that, I am going to go and take my last little sip of my my hot chocolate. And yeah, tomorrow I'll finish these up. I'll pop on again tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, now I'm going to have to tell you that funny story if you want to know. I won't bore you with it. But yeah, there was lots of activity at night on a mountain in a vortex in Sedona with wild pigs. Need I say more? And sheer cliffs in the dark. And we may have overestimated the entire hike. Yeah. Yep. We survived, though, so that's the most important thing. All right, friends. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great night. Take care. Take care. Yeah, right? You laugh. You laugh. No, I'm joking, but it's the truth. There you go. There, I got you off the tripod so you can really see it. So pretty. So pretty. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys.